Welcome to the final part of the Spintax editing course. In this part of the course we're going to learn how to spin out words, and it is in one regard the simplest part of spinning, and in another regard the most complex part of spinning. When you spin words, retaining readability is your number one concern. So really when you add a word in, what you need to do is read it through each and every time. I've put in a few words here. Now, spinning words is exactly the same as spinning sentences and paragraphs, in that we use our Spintax characters, and when we spin a word, the original word was effectively. When we spin a word, we simply open the little spin cycle like we always do with our bracket. We put in our pipe symbol, our synonym, pipe symbol, synonym, and we close the spin cycle off with the closing bracket like so. And we can go through and do that with as many words as we like, each time making sure that we close, open and put in the pipe symbol so that we don't end up with any unreadable garbage. Now, as I said, I do cheat a little bit by using the software program, and it is included, so go ahead and use it. And this is the main reason why. A word like learn, rather than go through thesauruses or try and rack your brains for different synonyms, this program here will grab the synonyms for you, and then you simply select the ones that you want, reading through each time. So today you are going to learn the basics of Spintax editing. Today you are going to study the basics of Spintax editing works. You are going to gain knowledge of the basics. I don't particularly like that. Realise, be trained. See how be trained, the basics of Spintax editing doesn't really work, so we'll leave that one out for now. Be taught works well, and just go through. Discover actually works. You're going to discover the basics of Spintax editing. So select your synonyms, reading through each time. Use synonyms. Click the button here, and it puts it in with your opening, closing brackets, pipe symbols in between. So you can go through and spin literally as many words as you like, but each time you do add another spun word, you're adding another level of complexity, which is great. You also can overspin at this stage, and you can start to make things unreadable. So even words, you can add just 2 variations, 3 variations, whatever's going to work best. Just remember, always just read it through quickly to make sure that it's going to work. So we could just do a quick read through like this. Today you're going to study the basics of Spintax editing and how to efficiently spin one paragraph into many variations. Works perfectly. So you can just run through. You'll get faster as you go through, and you notice how you can just pull words out of there. The human brain is an amazing thing and can turn some quite unreadable trash into readable stuff. So once you've done all that, spun your words and everything like that, we'll just generate a few different versions of this article and have a look and see what sort of variation it's come up with. Alright, I've spun out some variations and placed them on the screen here for you to have a quick look at. And we can see that these are just 4 examples. We can see that each one starts off just a little bit differently. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the Spintax editing classes. Today you are going to be taught the basics of Spintax editing. Today you are going to discover the basics of Spintax editing. So as you go through, you can see little differences. Each one of those is readable. The goal of this session was to be able to create just one spun paragraph from the 2 that we started with. Each one is unique in its own little way. Different word counts, different lengths, that sort of thing. That's what makes a good little spun article. Now we could generate a lot more copies of this if we wanted to. But for the sake of the exercise, there's no need to. When you're spinning, you will probably be spinning a lot more than just trying to create one small paragraph. you'll be trying to create a 500 or 600 or 700 word article. So apply the same techniques. It doesn't matter how big the piece of writing is. If you build the article logically with your opening paragraph spun together, then your body paragraph spun together, then your conclusion paragraph spun together, you'll end up with fantastic looking spun content that really doesn't age. You can pull out variations of it. In 3 months' time, you might need some articles on the same subject, or a client might need some more spun versions or something like that. If you spin correctly, once done, save your Spintax article, of course, and once saved, you'll find that you can then use that article whenever you like. It's on file. You won't have to worry about it anymore. It's already done, and it can provide you with content and articles and products to sell for quite some time. Alright, as promised in the previous videos, a quick explanation of how Spintax works. It very much like mathematics. So the software runs through the different brackets, works out a conclusion for each bracket and puts it together. So it basically looks for your Spintax characters, makes decisions, random decisions on which piece of text to use at each level, and uses them. You will find that the deeper you spin, sometimes the software can take a little while to spin out your variations. If that's the case, set it up do the actual spinning, the actual generating of the articles as an overnight process when you're not using your computer, and you can dedicate a little bit more processing power, etc. to it. Spinning is can be a very heavy job for your machine with a very deep spun article, so just be aware of that as well. But Spintax works, it's just so simple, and if you follow the course, follow the steps, do it logically, make sure that you open and close each spinning cycle, and once it's done and you're happy with the readability, move on to the next one. Don't go back and second guess yourself too many times, or you are going to start to end up with unreadable stuff. You need to have faith in yourself that you're doing the job properly, and by doing it systematically, when the article is complete, it's complete. You just literally finish off, package it up, and it's a product to sell, or a lot of content to use on your blogs and stuff like that. Look, thanks very much for sitting through the course. I hope you got something out of it today. Spinning is a great little skill to have and can be used in so many different little pieces of software and classified ad posters and social promotions and blah blah blah. So add it to your arsenal. Use Spintax wherever you can and enjoy. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.